Shalom, shalom. It's the brother Zachariah coming back to you with another lesson. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders of the nation of Israel. Shalom to you brothers out here, enduring the elements, teaching the Bible, trying to seal the elect, and to you women out there that are obedient to your husbands, or learning, listening, and applying the word. I say shalom. I don't ever say this in the intro, but just by the way, in case you don't know, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the true biblical Israelites, and we have the Israelite foreigners, which they may look like the other nations, so just in case, that's going to be a lesson itself, but just in case, I don't want to get the wrong idea about me, or what I believe, which, it's proven facts. You are the seed of your father, according to the book of Numbers. I believe it's 1 and 18. But that's getting off topic. The topic today is going to be entitled Angels Unawares. And this is a lesson that I've been really wanting to get into, because the many angels, they are all around us. You got good angels and bad angels, because you got the spiritual demon Satan, and his angels, but they all do the bidding of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, so they're commanded to do things, and they're obedient angels. They're going to do what they are commanded to do, So that's why we always mention things like death angels and stuff like that. They all come and they do the bidding of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua. So this is I don't want to be long, but just want to get a little ideal about them and stuff like that. And I'm bringing this topic out because I believe I encountered angels. I mean, I know I have, in a dream. Actually, not even a dream, Salakia. I seen them personally, but I'm going to get into that a little later in this lesson. I want to bring out a few scriptures, definitions. I have a video as well, some artwork. We'll let Satan go by. People always like to come through being loud. But alright, I'm going to go ahead and go into the book of Hebrews, the 13th chapter, the 2nd verse. Give me a second as I pull it up. Alright, here we go. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. Yeah, so you want to be careful, like how you treat people, how you talk to people, and everything, because you could have entertained an angel, and if you mistreated somebody, like being nasty to a brother or a sister in this truth, hey, you could have been really dealing with an angel, so it's always be very careful, man. The scriptures also says every idle word you speak, things like that, hey, your actions, be very careful. In the first verse here in Hebrews the 13th chapter, it says, let brotherly love continue, which a lot of brothers, don't really show a lot of love and stuff like that, the way they be coming at their fellow brothers. So, hey, that was right there before it started going into the angels. That's just letting you know, I'm going to be careful. Yeah, people walking by and stuff like that. You got to be careful out here. But I'm going to go ahead and go into, I want to bring out the angel definition. Like I said, I just want to give a little clarification so we get an understanding of what the angels are. All right. This is a simple Google definition. It says angel, a spiritual being believed to act as an attendant, agent, or messenger of God, conventionally represented in human form with wings and a long robe. And then this is like a sentence or whatever. God sent an angel to talk to Gideon. See, he sends a messenger. Messenger is another word for angel. Similar words: messenger of God, divine, heavenly messenger, divine being, spirit, and then the opposite is devil. But that a devil could be that could be a person. You know what I'm saying? That's adverse to the law, statutes, and commandments, the ways of Yahweh Shai. So. Salakia. You gotta watch your back out here, man. You in the hood, man, people run up behind you and all kinds of weird stuff. I know I've said it before in lessons, but yeah, you gotta be careful. Watch your surroundings. But yeah, an angel is a messenger, They'll come and send a message and things like that. For an example, you have Sodom and Gomorrah, the two angels, they come down they were messengers, and they come to send a message to Lot, like, hey, this place is going to be destroyed, so get your family, and hey, you going let's roll. So that right there tell you, there's that, and there's other cases, you got, I've done a lesson, talking about the chariots a little bit. There was the one scene where the brothers, were looking up, and it was like, we'll see his style. Those were angels around him. And it was, talking about the chariots and stuff like that. Salakia, talking about when Yahweh Shai went up into the chariot. When Yahweh Shai went up in the chariot, the angels were, there were angels present, seeing those brothers watching him go up. So, angels are everywhere. There was the one passage, I believe it's in the Apocrypha. I can't think, I didn't grab it in my notes, but it's a good story as well. There was a brother who was around an angel, and he offered him food and everything, and the angel was able to set up it made it seem as if he was eating. But I guess the angels, they don't need food and things like that like we do. We in these bodies, these fleshly bodies, they need substance. But he had it to where the brother made it seem as if he was really eating, but he wasn't. He showed him that. And that just shows you like the power and the abilities that these angels have and things of that. They could take the form of just an average man, or whatever. So, like I said, you just be very, very careful, man. Like I said, Hebrews 13:2, entertain angels unawares. Okay, moving on. Do not worship them. Yes, do not worship them. If you ever come across an angel, which I'm going to bring up, my testimony as far as like me, encountering an angel, but you do not worship them. Do not be, like you see one and you instantly bow or something like that. Proof of that, I'm going to go to Revelations 19:10 real quick. Just to, show you why you shouldn't do that. Yahweh is a jealous power too, by the way. He does, he's not with that. You giving praise to another, So definitely don't do that. All right, and this was John. He was taken up, and seeing all that in the vision. I know that had to be something, man. Had to be beautiful to see all what he saw. But this part right here is what I was really, this is the key part. Revelations 19:10, and it says, and I fell at his feet to worship him. This is him, falling at the feet of an angel. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. Like, hey, don't do that. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren. So there are peoples. These angels these are our peoples, man, that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. And he's like, worship God, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. So yeah, do not worship them. And they tell you, hey, don't do that, Because I'm that fellow servant. Yeah, we all in this, man. We're just doing the work. They doing the work, up there, from the heavens. We're doing it down here, here in the earth. This is one body, man, doing this work. This is a beautiful thing that we're a part of. Moving on, the angels are also the eyes of Yahweh. So and that's via through the chariots and stuff like that. We know those are the vehicles. Chariot just really just means vehicle. And they operate those chariots, and the scriptures is pretty big on speaking about the chariots, but man, they're constantly watching, and so, like I said, be circumspect everything you do, every idle word you speak, everything, man. These angels are around, so you want to be very, very careful. But this proof of them being the eyes of Yahweh, I'm gonna go to Proverbs 15 and verse 3. Give me a second as I pull it up. Okay, the eyes of the Lord, which is Yahweh, are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. That's, speaking of the angels, via the chariots. I said it in a lesson, not to get off topic, but the chariots can cloak themselves as clouds and things like that. So they're always watching. Moving on, the angels are melanated. They're melanated beings, and proof of that is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 1, verse 7. Give me a second as I pull that up. These are melanated beings, various shades of brown. Sometimes the word black is used and stuff like that, and I'm gonna go into that. But there's various shades of brown, that very dark beings. Okay, here's Ezekiel 1 and 7 real quick. And their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. Brass is pretty much brown, So yeah, they're dark melanated beings. And proof of that, there's a video clip here I'm getting ready to post. This guy with NASA, and he was talking about how the angels were. When he saw men coming off of these so-called UFOs, and they were very dark beings, and he described them as being tall and black, overly
Nice salt, man. There's 12 tribes, bro.
12 tribes?
Yeah, I like that. The whole salt thing you got?
Oh, yes, thank you. Yeah, man. Brother made this for me, man. I'm over here doing a lesson now on a video. Yeah, and this guy, man, he was with NASA, and he was talking about the angels, and he said that they were very tall beings and stuff like that. But, of course, he didn't say that they were angels, but we know who he was talking about. And this man seen this. Very telling,
But anyway, there is one image there that shows black people getting off. That shows black people getting off. That shows black people getting off.
So people with dark skin getting off.
Not dark, black.
Black skin.
Really black. Yeah. Not dark, black.
Black skin.
Really black. Yeah. Not dark, black.
Black skin.
Really black. Yeah.
Were they tall?
Yes.
Very tall?
Yeah.
How tall? Do you know?
Well, they got out the the doorway. I don't know how high that is, but
Well, what?
they say 7 feet would be probably conservative.
That's one of the videos I keep in my archives. The angels will fight in the final war. You know, like I said, you know, there's good angels, there's bad angels, you know, the death angels and stuff like that. You know, he uses them to cast judgment. You know, he used them to cast judgment on Israel plenty of times. But, you know, in this war that's coming with the nations and stuff like that, hey, y'all, man, that brother might have been an angel, y'all, just right there. This guy, I don't know if his vocals or whatever was caught on camera, but he walked by and he just started singing the 12 tribes and everything, and he was complimenting my garment. Hey, man, he could have been an angel. I'm just, that right there, man, is telling, man. All praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. That could have been an angel, y'all. I'm telling you. Man, hey, the Lord is really, really doing some things in these days, these last days. But I'm gonna bring out some scriptures just to show you, you know, they're coming back with Yahushua. This right here is Psalm 68:17. It says the chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of angels, and the Lord is among them as in Sinai in the holy place. When he comes back, he's coming back with those chariots. You know, it tells you in scriptures that Yahweh is a man of war. You know, so is his son, like father, like son. You know, and they're being prepared. Just more proof that Esau, the so-called white man, is preparing to fight them. I'm going to go to Revelations 19 and 19 real quick. Like I said, this could be a very long lesson because there's so much scriptures on the angels. But like I said, I just wanted something quick, straight to the point. Plus, I wanted to tell that testimony. I don't know how long that's going to be, you know, my encounter with angels. And like it seemed like one just happened here in the video. So, wow, man, that's something, man. That's crazy. I can't even stop smiling. But Revelations 19 and 19, and I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse, which is, you know, Yahushua in that chariot, a massive chariot, and against his army, the army of the angels. You know, like I said in that other scripture earlier in Psalm 68:17. You know, the angels are with him in those chariots. So, yeah, man, they planning on making war with him. So, yeah, they will fight in that final war. You know, and then also the angels protect. You know, they protect us. You know, which I'm gonna go into this scripture real quick. This is a beautiful scripture. This is giving you comfort. You know, the times that we're in, the famine and all that's coming. You know. There's scriptures where they have sent manna down, and they can do it again, you know, during that time of the famine. So, you know, it tells you that the elect will eat. So, you know, you just got to have faith and believe. You know, he's going to protect this people, man. All right, Psalms 34:7 says, the angel of the Lord encamped round about them that fear him and deliver them. So, hey, man, you know, when they come back for that war and everything against, you know, bring Esau down, they're also coming to deliver the elect as well. So that, you know, that's why they're going to get those chariots, because there's a great multitude. Now we are like the sand of the sea, so even with that great multitude, we're even bigger than that as a nation, as a people. But you know, a lot of our people ain't going to make it 2/3, but it's still going to be a lot saved, which, you know, that's why it's called the great multitude. You know, but compared to who we are as a nation, it's sad, you know, like 2/3 gotta go, man. You know, they gotta go through that fire. Okay, I believe I covered all my scriptures. I'm gonna go ahead and go into my story. Man, you know, I've spoken about my job, and like this happened some years back, man. But like this guy, man, and you know how I said earlier, you know, angels take form. And this guy, man, he looked like a Issacharite, you know. I don't know if you ever seen like the movie Ant-Man, like the little Hispanic guy that's in it. He always tell the stories and it'd be long and drawn out. He kind of looked like that guy. But man, this is a kicker, y'all. Man, the guy's very nice, very polite guy, man, and he always like it's just like he come around, he got a real good spirit on him, and you can feel it. But he would say things, man, that just like this was crazy. And I always waved and been real nice to him. I was waiting on my lift, getting off of work, and you know he's a delivery guy, at my job. They ain't gonna say what company he works for. Heck, man, he's with FedEx. He was a FedEx driver, and the guy would he said, you know what, you're gonna make a great supervisor one day. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I've been on my job 14 years, so I'm kind of like, how do you know I'm not a supervisor now? So, but that's what I said in my mind. I just let him say what he said, and I was like, oh, for real, But I was thinking to myself, in my spirit, I'm like, it might be something about that word supervisor, because he said that, and I'm like, it might be more to that word. And I looked the word up, and when you see like the similar words, the word governor came out. And we always talk about the 144,000 being the governing body, so I'm kind of like that, I don't know, if he was referring to that, but it was like, whoa, I just, in the spirit, I went to looking. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm not saying I'm the elect or nothing like that. I'm 144,000, none of that. But it was very interesting that he said that. So I looked that word up and seen the word governor, and it just made me think, like, wow, that's something. But and then another encounter, because I've had several encounters with this guy, and there was another encounter where he was like, you know what, you remind me of Will Smith, and I'm like, that's crazy, my name is Will, my name is William, but people call me Will, so it was just like, and he was like, I knew it, so I was like, you knew it, I'm like, so when he said Will, it was like, I guess he was saying that to say, like, I know your name is Will. So it was just like certain things like that, and he was telling me, you're a nice guy and everything. And I'm like, well, thank you, man, I appreciate that. Then there was another encounter where, like, I think, the news was talking about we had a forecast for rain, heavy rain coming through. So I kind of told him, I was like, hey, sir, you might want to be careful, man. I said, they saying we're going to get rain, some heavy rain today, storm or whatever. And he looked up at the sky and he just said the words, God forbid. And everything and I kid you not, they said it was going to rain and everything. It did not rain. He looked up and like he knew, like it wasn't going to do all that. So he said, God forbid. So I was like, whoa, it's just like little things like that I be paying attention to, and then, what was the other, incident? Like one time he rolled through and he said something and I couldn't hear what he said. And then he's like, it's almost as if he rolled through and he wasn't really picking up anything from my job, but he came through around the time I was getting off and he seen me. He pulled back, he rolled back and he just handed me like $10. And it was weird because he opened up his wallet and I'm looking, there was nothing in there but just that $10. Like, I don't know if it was on his, like, man, he just gave me $10 and I was just like, I took it, I was like, man, thank you. And I just, I've been wanting to like say, man, like ask him like straight up, like, hey man, are you an angel? But Yahweh has not allowed that an encounter to where we run into each other. Like I would see his car and I see him, but it just like he didn't set it up, and I don't know if maybe he want me asking him or something. I don't know, but it was just like, man, this guy, man, I'm truly like really believing that this guy's an angel. And then it was crazy because I was out there, I was getting off work just a few weeks ago, and this is why it's important to do the lesson, because I seen him again, and he come through, and he looked over, and I'm in this car, I'm getting into this car, I'm already in it, and the windows are tinted, so it's like there's no way he could see me, and I'm like, but he rolled through, and he made an effort to wave like that, like I see you, so I'm kind of like. And I told a coworker about it, and I'm like, man, I'm thinking this guy's an angel. So when they see him, they see this FedEx car, they say, hey, it might be your angel right there. They say that, and I be laughing because I'm like, man, I don't know, that guy might really be an angel. I really believe that he is through the Spirit. So I wanted to ask him what his name was and everything, because he knows my name is Will, and he'll talk to me about what he says Will, but I didn't know his name. So I asked the lady up in the shipping department, and I just was like, do you know the name of this one guy? And I said, he looked like he might be Hispanic, like Mexican or something. Because you can't use the tribe names with them. They Edomites and stuff. They don't know all that. But I was like, he looks Hispanic and stuff like that. Maybe Mexican. And she was like, oh yeah, Solomon. He's a nice guy. And I'm thinking like, hey, I was raised in Puerto Rico, so I'm like, I've never really met like a Hispanic brother that goes by the name Solomon. And it was just like, I don't know, man, that right there really kind of like was like the nail in the coffin. I'm like, man, this guy's got to be an angel. But yeah, that pretty much is it as far as that right there. And then this was another encounter. This is like me seeing an angel for real, but this is the kicker. I'm at home one night, and I was not getting ready for bed. I'm sitting in my bed, but I feel like this, like something, I don't know if it was like someone put their hands up to my head or something, but it was like man, it's hard to really describe it or put it in words, family. But it made me lay back. I ended up laying back, and I don't know what they was doing, but it was something to do with my mind. But I whatever they did, it made me lay back into the bed. I couldn't do anything. I'm just sitting there, but I'm aware. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I felt that, man, but I couldn't move. And then whatever it was gone. Well, the next night, I'm in bed. I'm going to sleep, and I'm telling you, like, man, I happened to open my eye, and there was a man standing there beside my bed, tall guy, and I only saw like maybe 3 to 4 seconds or something. It was pretty quick, but I was able to like get like see it and get a description, and I didn't see in color because I guess Yahweh allowed me to see that as a sign. I don't know, but this was it was a dark-skinned man, long beard, and he was clothed in white. He had the garment, he was clothed in white, and I'm gonna put a picture down here below, and if you look to the right, it's the guy on the right. It looked exactly like that, but he was a tall guy with a beard, and his eyes looked like they might have been glowing. He had a glow around him, and but it was an angel, y'all, and I only got to see a few seconds of it, but it was just like, whoa, like, man, it's something. I wasn't afraid of them, but it was just like, whoa. It's just like, man, but this, for sure, y'all, man, I seen it, and I know people will be like, man, you're going crazy, but I know, like, y'all, we us in this truth, and we might see things like this, some people might have encountered it, and they might just keep it to themselves. They maybe don't have the courage to bring it out in a lesson, but, I've been holding on to that, but yeah, man, this was an angel, y'all, and seeing him clothed in white like that, they real, man. They real. They out here, man, and they're just letting you know. Man, it was something. But this is it. I didn't want it to be a long lesson, just bringing out some little things about the angels and stuff like that. And best believe they're gonna work in our favor, Lord willing. If we have that number, But you continue to pray, believe. And just follow these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your abilities, and Lord willing, we be of that precious number, and have that protection, Yahweh willing, man. So, again, I didn't want to be long, and Lord willing, this was edifying, and maybe it inspires somebody else, to maybe come out with their testimony, because I know I'm not the only one that encounter angels. I've heard some stories, man, that were uplifting from brothers and sisters, So, I'm going to go ahead and end this lesson. I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders of the nation of Israel. Shalom to you brothers and sisters. To the next episode. Shalom.